you guys, Alexa the Alchemy here for your weekly card pull. Today's reading is for Scorpio, so for all of my Scorpios, whether that is your sun, moon, rising, or north node, this reading is channeled for you. And this is for the week of January 30th through February 5th of 2023. So, for those of you who have tuned in with my readings before, you may know that I typically, the way I do my readings, or have done my readings in the past at least, is I will do one card for every single sign and do the pull in advance, and then I will just share the analysis, if you will, after. But today I felt called to do a live reading. So for a lot of the signs, more than a couple cards are popping up. So the messages are going to be a little bit more specific, and the readings are done live. So, whoops, those are upside down. Okay, I'm going to do one more shuffle, and then we will, oh no, good to go. Okay, we're good to go. Awesome. All right, so we'll see if any cards fly. And there, God, this card is really liking, this is a big card for this week. We have like a weekly theme going. Nice. Okay. Okay, cool. Okay. I like it. All right, and that one feels good. Okay, cool. So, I wonder how many times I say okay in a reading. So, feel free to count and let me know. Almost just said it again, Jesus Christ. All right, so the first card that I pulled for you guys, this is a card that has honestly been a huge theme for this week. This is one of my absolute favorite cards in this deck. I love this card, and the card that I pulled was a card of Labradorite, and the primary message for this card is to embrace magic and synchronicities and the seemingly inexplicable qualities of life. The main message that always speaks to me whenever I pull this card is to release the need for certainty and to make room for magic instead. So anytime you are grasping onto this need for, like, I need the answers, I need clarity on what's going to happen, especially, or where this is going, like that need that you have, that clinging that you have to that part of your experience, you're being called to release that this week, my dear Scorpios. And if you haven't already released it, you're gonna have chances to. And if that is something that you have released, then your experience for this week is gonna be a result of that in a positive way. This is honestly one of the most encouraging cards in my personal opinion, which is why it's my favorite. Okay, so cool. We're gonna go this way, or we're gonna go that way? We'll start up here. Okay. Next card I pulled for you guys was a card of Rhodonite. Rhodonite. I should have a better idea of pronunciation. I'm sorry. This is okay. This is horrible, but I had ringworm a couple weeks ago, and this card just looks. Okay, log it up, Alexa. You're doing a reading. Be professional. All right. So this card is pulled in reverse, which is why I'm holding it upside down. In the upright position, that's what the card looks like. Anytime. I can't get over this, Jesus. Anytime a card is pulled in reverse, it's usually asking you to take a look at yourself, to stop projecting things out onto the world around you, and to start turning within. Reverse cards can also imply a level of struggle, resistance, tension, something that might be a little bit challenging for you. But why are doing things hard for me this morning? The primary message of Rhodonite, whenever it is pulled, is this level of connectivity with others. And anytime I pull this card, honestly, for me, like, the first thing that I think of is, like, if there's a mentor or a guide, a channeler, a reader, like someone, a healer maybe, someone that you feel a pull to connect with, and you've been like, oh, I don't know if I should connect. You're being challenged and called to reach out to said person. If you've been thinking about booking a session with someone and you're, like, not really sure, my Scorpios, if that's something that you want to do, anytime this card comes up and it's an encouragement that might be a really beneficial path for you. In the reverse, I think, again, knowing that this card has a lot to do with connection, it's possible that connection has been a challenge for you, especially if, again, in the reverse, this has a level to do with maybe yourself. So maybe you've been feeling a little bit disconnected from yourself, maybe a little bit disconnected from your community, maybe a little bit disconnected from the cycle of life in the way of, like, give and take is a natural piece of life, and connecting with others, relating with others, there's a level of giving and taking, and reciprocity. I feel like reciprocity is something that you might want to connect with. Maybe some of you have been resisting reaching out to mentors, guides, etc., because you're worried that you're not going to get an ROI, if you will, from those experiences. And this card acknowledges that you probably will, and it would benefit you. Also, for some of you, maybe you're feeling like there's so much that you can gain from someone else and you have nothing to give them. Maybe there's like a financial component there, or I don't know, something that's saying like, oh, well, I don't have the resources, or I don't have the X that I want to give back to this person. And I think with this being pulled, maybe reach out anyways and know that you have things to offer energetically. I mean, for some people, like, if you don't have the financial whatever, like sometimes there's a lot of power in the way of referrals or testimonials or whatever. So I feel like for some of you, maybe allowing yourself to connect with the people that you want to connect with, even if it doesn't go anywhere, even if they say no, I think there's going to be some value in the way of making those connections. So that is your step one, I guess, for this upcoming week. I also pulled for you guys, also in reverse, the card of Azurine. I love this card. I think this is so fucking beautiful. It's also the first card in the deck, and this card has a level of importance for you when it comes to the way of like integrity, impeccability, especially being impeccable with your word. I feel like for some of you, being in the reverse, maybe you've made promises to yourself and you haven't necessarily followed through with them, or you need to follow through with them and you're being presented with opportunities to do so. And this week it's going to be really important for you to do that. I'm getting the word gym. For some of you, maybe like there's a level of like your fitness, your workout routine, health and wellness. I think there's some promises that you may have made to yourself. I mean, we're coming up on February here, so New Year's resolutions, maybe some goals that you may have set that you're starting to lose sight of or that are feeling tough, and you're being challenged to explore what it means for you to be impeccable with your word. Explore what it means for you to follow through on the things that you say you're going to do and to do them. Yeah, I think there's a level of your relationship to yourself that's going to really benefit from your willingness. Excuse me, I needed a sip of water. Your willingness to follow through is, I think it's, okay. Your relationship to yourself is going to be benefited by your ability to follow through with the things that you say you're going to do, especially things for yourself. This has less to do with following through on obligations you've made to other people, though that can be a component and is also very important. And maybe that is something you've been resisting and you actually may need to do. But I think it's really important that you start with looking at what are the promises you've made to yourself. Sure, maybe you made a promise to someone else. Let's say like in a relationship, you say like, oh, I'm committed to this person. And that is, I'm not telling you to not pay attention to that. What I'm asking you to pay attention to is what is the commitment you made to yourself in committing to that other person. Like committing to other people, yes, is a commitment to them, but it's also a commitment to you, a commitment to a side of yourself, a commitment to saying, okay, this doesn't even have to be romantic. This can be in a work relationship too. I committed to this partnership, to this agreement, to this line of work, whatever, for myself, for my development. Maybe I wanted to learn something. Maybe I wanted to grow. Maybe I wanted to explore what it meant to experience love again, or whatever it is. And you made this pact with yourself, if you will, and you're being challenged to follow through with that, or to not lose sight of what your original goal was for yourself. Again, your choices will benefit and impact others, so do keep that in mind, but there's a level of yourself that I think needs to be looked at. Okay, those were the two cards that I pulled in reversed. Everything else I pulled was in the upright. So Orange Sapphire was the next card that came out for you guys. This card has a lot to do with sensuality, body love, body appreciation. So I feel like for some of you, going back to that working out, health and fitness, maybe some of you have started falling out of the routines that you have tried to create for yourself, and you really need to focus on showing some love for yourself and for your body in whatever way that means. Maybe that's self-care, maybe that's take a bath, maybe that's eat some nourishing foods, maybe that means go to the gym, maybe that means take a rest day. Only you know what that means, but you need to express love for yourself and for your body and for the temple that you are in, my dear Scorpios, for this upcoming week. I also pulled for you the card of Mukai Jasper, which has a lot to do with risk, trying new things, and a level of adventure, new experiences. So I feel like for some of you, maybe there are some new opportunities that you have, new experiences, maybe physically, maybe you're being given opportunities to try a new sport or go on a hike that you're kind of scared or you have some hesitation. And I think there's a level of trust in yourself that might benefit you. And going forward with these new ventures, and again, these don't have to be physical, these can also be work related. I feel like maybe for some of you there's a business venture that you have or an opportunity. Exploring that energy of newness, I think even if it's just intellectually, like even if you just put yourself in the position of like, oh, what if I accept this offer or move forward with this, whatever, just allowing yourself to tap into that energy and see what it feels like, I think could be really beneficial for you. And then finally, I'm going to pull this all together in a second, but I did also pull the card of Jade for you. And Jade has a lot to do with hidden gems, hidden values, inherent value, things that you bring to the table, that you will always bring to the table, even if you don't actually see them. So a lot of messages here. I don't know that there's a way to really concisely wrap this up. I do feel like there's a lot of elements, my dear Scorpios, that are really strong for you, but I think ultimately, like, what comes through the strongest is to acknowledge what goals you have set for yourself. Acknowledge what goals you have laid in place, especially for this week, this year, this month, whatever. 2023, I feel like there's some yearly goals that you set, realigning with those. Maybe, it's the end of the week, or the end of the week, Jesus. Oh, well, maybe that too, but it's the end of the month. So maybe just taking a minute to analyze, like, okay, this was month 1 out of 12 for this year. What were the goals I set? Am I following through with those? Do I need to follow through with more of those? Again, especially if you set any goals that have to do with your body or your physical health, those need to be a priority for you. If you're struggling with that, again, Rhodonite is encouraging you to reach out to a mentor, maybe a trainer or a nutritionist, health coach, wellness coach, whatever that specifically resonates with you. Feel free to hit your girl up, because that is a piece of what I do. But there is a level of like connecting with guidance in those areas that you have set goals for, and allowing yourself to move forward with connecting with other people. And even if it's not guides, if it could be friends or other people that are along the journey. But I feel like there's some level of connecting with the world around you that's going to help you to reconnect with those pieces of yourself that keep you motivated on that path. This may feel risky for you. This may feel challenging for you. This may present some opportunities that take you out of your comfort zone, and it's okay. I think coming out of your cozy zone a little bit is a good call right now. It's the risk and adventures card, and in doing so, I think you're gonna find those hidden gems about yourself. You're going to see more clearly what inherent value you carry for others, because there is a level of value that what you're bringing to the table. Rephrasing my words, okay. And you have inherent value that you are bringing to the table, that you're bringing to the world, to the universe, to your connections, and you need to trust that you have that inherent value. Again, I noted for some of you, like, you may feel like, oh, I don't want to reach out to these people because I don't know if I have anything to give, and you absolutely do. You have so much talent and value and worth, and you need to start bringing that forward, my Scorpios, if you aren't already. And finally, again, releasing the need for certainty and making room for magic instead. So, even if you have set goals and you feel like there's a certain way you expected them to go, and maybe there's been certain events that have unfolded in the last couple of weeks that are feeling like they're obstacles to those goals that you've already set, you don't need to be certain about how these goals are going to be met. You've set the intention out for them to be reached, and you are being challenged to lean into your trust muscle a little bit more with yourself and with other people and with your connections, and trusting that you will be brought to the places that you ultimately want to go to. So yeah, follow through on the things that you said you were going to do, especially for yourself, my dear Scorpios. That follow through is going to be really important for you this upcoming week. So if you haven't already, please make sure that you go and check out the other readings for this week for your other signs, your sun, moon, rising, and even your north node. If anything feels unclear or you want a little bit more specific guidance or a personal reading, please feel free to reach out to me. You can find me on Instagram and TikTok at alexab.alchemy, or you can shoot me a message or make a comment below here. I will find a way to contact you anyway. And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please make sure that you do so and give a thumbs up to this video if it was helpful, so that I know and I can continue creating content like this. I do these readings every single week, so again, make sure that you're subscribed so that you can continue to receive the guidance, especially on the weeks that you need it. Some weeks it may feel like you don't need as much, and some weeks it's really, really useful and helpful to have a reading. So yeah, any questions that you guys have, please let me know. Thank you for taking time out of your day, my dear Scorpios, to tune in with me this week. I love you guys. I appreciate you. And thank you all for being here. Have a beautiful rest of your day, and I will see you guys next week. Cheers.